And by demonstrating and by communicating your purpose well, it allows people to connect to you at a higher level. And when they connect with you at a higher level, they're able to make a decision subconsciously to come see you over your competitors. So one other thing about websites is that it's meant to be an extension of your personality and your brand. And what that means is that if you're a cosmetic dentist, you want to have the website match that branding, the nice modern look about your practice and the type of clientele you want to attract. Nothing worse than having a website that's generic and very stock standard and no personality, which will attract the wrong type of clientele. So one of the things that's important when it comes to web development or web design is that you have to make sure all the contact details is available to be seen straight away. So you don't want the visitor to fluff around just to find how to contact you. And the call to action is nice and clear. And on this website, for example, book online is the most important call to action, because we want to actually try and lock in the patient straight away when they want to make a booking at a time that's convenient for them. And then once they click on book online, they can actually go see the availability that they can use to book. So that's a very, very good thing for, especially nowadays, everyone's got very time poor. Millennials like to use technology, they don't actually like to call people. So you need to cater for that kind of demographics. The people who want to call you can still call you, so you don't want to remove that option for them, and that's why you need to put in the phone numbers nice and clear. When this site is used on a mobile, they can actually just tap onto the phone number to give you a call. Another thing that's really important on a website is talk about why you are different. Why should a patient come see you over your competitors? Right? So, for example, you can talk about the latest technology you have. You guys are friendly, you guys are experienced, and you guys take payment plan. The thing that we always tell our clients to think about is not just all the soft stuff, like we are very friendly, we look after the nervous patients, but also look at the harder black and white things. For example, the number of years experience you have, the additional service in terms of payment plan that you have. Right? So that way you get a mixture of the both and not be too fluffy. Now, the next one is obviously about the business. Talk about why you started the business. What's your philosophy around business? What is your purpose? And by demonstrating and by communicating your purpose well, it allows people to connect to you at a higher level. And when they connect with you at a higher level, they're able to make a decision subconsciously to come see you over your competitors. Obviously, one of the great thing about the website that we do is that we take personalized photos. Nothing worse than having just a generic sort of website that has stock photos everywhere. The dental industry, for example, is a service-based industry, and when that is the case, people is the most important thing. And we've actually got stats to prove that homepage is the most popular page, followed by the contact us. Thank God, because imagine if people come to your website, they won't actually contact you. But the third most important page is actually the people page, the team page. That's why people want to get to know who you are before they come and see you. And this is because we're human beings, we're social animals. We want to connect to the people we're going to be seeing. Especially picking a dentist is just like picking a hairdresser. It's not something you shop around all the time. Once you're locked in with one professional, you want to stick with them for a long time. And that's why it's important to have those professional shots where you show who you are, instead of those like very typical Americanized happy family, dentists with mask and tools on. Those things don't connect. If you read the book The Secret, it talks about what you wish, how you can manifest what you want. And in a way, this is what this section, our top dental treatment section on the homepage, is the part that you actually tell the outside world what you're good at, what you're known for. And when that's the case, people will come to you for these services. Obviously, as a dentist, you can do everything under the sun. You can fix everyone's teeth. But the thing that you want to be known for should be things that you're good at, things that you enjoy, and there's demand for. Right? So you make sure you tick all three boxes before you decide, yep, that's the thing I want to be known for. In business, it's important to find that micro niche within a whole spectrum of things for you to stand out from your competitors. And nowadays, you got the corporate dentistry coming in. They do everything cheap at a high quantity, low quality method. There's no way you can compete with them trying to appeal to everybody about everything. So make sure you find the things you're good at, enjoy doing, and there's a demand for. So the footer is on every single page. That's why you need to make sure the information that's on it is important. The way we use the footer, we actually use it for SEO reasons. So you can talk about, besides the suburb that you reside in, you also talk about the surrounding suburbs. That way it gives you a higher chance of being ranked well when it comes to people searching for a dentist that's on the surrounding suburb. You don't want to go too far out because psychologically and practically people are not going to travel long distance to see a new dentist. They want to have the convenience of somewhere they work close to or somewhere they actually live close to, right? So it has to be convenient. Unless you're on the way between where they live and where they work, then you can actually appeal to them in the suburbs in between. All the contact details on the footer, and obviously we tend to put in your association and credentials in there as well. An example of that would be you're part of ADA, you have a QIP certificate, any of the DSDs that you do, or Invisalign partnerships and stuff you need to put in there. And the reason for that is to help you create that authority to make sure that you stand out from the crowd. So one of the things about the personal profile is that besides having a nice photo and a biography that's not too long, and I always advise people, how much do you actually write? Right? Whether it's your biography or the conditions or treatments page, you write as much or as little as needed for them to be informed and intrigued, but not to be confused. Right? So in this circumstance, the biography, you might write 3 to 4 paragraphs, and make sure you have a section at the end talks about you as a person. A lot of dentists, because the dentists are engineering minded, left brain, and they're very much on very black and white things like their credentials, the number of years experience, where they've worked. At the end, you need to put in something that's a little bit soft, a little bit show people your warm side. Talk about the kids that you have or that you have, but also the sports that you play, and things that you like to do outside of work. That way people can relate to you. And the reason why you should put that in as well is because when the patient actually come and visit you at the practice, they have something to talk to you about. Oh, I didn't know you were actually a champion table tennis player as well. I was a school captain back in my year level. Things like that. It will help you break the ice and be able to connect with the patients better. A lot of people come to your website because they're searching for an issue they're trying to solve. An example of that is they might search for crooked teeth. How do I treat crooked teeth? And then the suburb that they live in, to find a dentist that can do so. Not every single patient are savvy in the sense that they already know what treatment they want, right? So you need to make sure you cater for both type of patients. Those who don't know what the treatment is, but know what the issues are, or the patients that already know what treatment they need in order for them to solve the issue they have, right? So the people who don't know what the solutions are, but they know what problems they have, are the people who will search for things like bad breath treatment, right? Or bleeding gum. How do I treat bleeding gum? And then put in the suburbs that they're in to find a dentist they can conveniently go to. And from there, to help the patient flow from the problems they have to the solutions that we can give them. And one thing we discovered is that the general male population of the world, they tend to leave problems till last minute before they actually go and treat it. And that's why the content that we write, the conditions content that we write, we actually have a section that talks about what happens if we don't treat it, right? To give them the knowledge that they might have less options in the future, it will cost more, it will be more painful. That way you sort of motivate them to actually take action than to wait for an emergency. Now in the treatments section, you talk about obviously what you have to offer, what conditions you can treat. Obviously the website is just general information, so you can't actually triage each individual, but at least give them enough information for them to be informed, and then if they want to know more, they'll come and see you in person. So there's actually 2 types of pages that we create for our clients. There's the conditions page, which is dedicated for patients who actually know what problem they have but don't know what solution for that problem is, and the treatment, which is patient who knows what problem they have and knows what solution is for their problem. It's important to recognize there's 2 different type of patients. That way you can cater for their needs accordingly. So with conditions page, i.e. missing teeth, people will search, how do you get missing teeth? Maybe some solution, how do you treat missing teeth? From there, you want to flow them from the conditions page to the treatment page. Maybe a dental implant is a solution for the missing teeth, and from there, make sure there is a very clear call to action, so they can actually contact you guys and make a booking through the telephone or a web form or online booking. Dentists usually have a lot of knowledge about all the technical things that the dentistry industry can offer, but they're not copywriters. So what we have done is we have an in-house copywriter who understands the health medical industry, and will be able to help you write the content so that it's appealing to the visitors, and at the same time SEO compatible. So that way the keywords are there for people to find your website better without needing you to spend hours of your own time writing content. If you're a dentist, you should be, your time is actually worth $500 an hour. If there's any things that we can do for you that's less than $500 an hour, that's something you can outsource, and that way you don't have to worry about spending the time and effort to write those content. Another thing about websites is that you can have the best looking website, but if the website doesn't load very quickly, you're going to lose visitors. And on average, each person only has about 8 seconds worth of attention span when they come to a new website. They're looking for a problem they have, they want to just find a solution for it. So you need to make sure that the website loads and captures attention within 8 seconds. And that's why we make sure that all our websites are on a dedicated server. That's where we put our clients, and that the website is actually hosted within Australia server. What that means is the visitor doesn't have to go through all this internet traffic to reach the overseas server to come and see your website. All our website loads within our benchmarks about 2 seconds, so that way it gives you maximum potential of impressing the visitor so that they stay and contact you. Unlike other agencies, we don't actually put a limit into how many pages you can have on your website. We will do as many pages as needed in order for you to capture the right kind of clientele for your business. So that way you don't have to worry about whether I'm getting my money worth to do this website. So the technology we use is WordPress, because it's probably the easiest content management system out there, which allows you to update your own text, images, or videos. The reason why you want to use WordPress as a platform for yourself is also because you don't want to be locked in at the hip with your vendor. By using a proprietary software that they created, means you are unable to take your website and host it somewhere else. That's why WordPress, being a more flexible content management system, allows you to take it and put it into any web host, or find a web developer that can help you continue build and expand on your website. Now, on the topic of not being locked in with your vendor, with all our clients, we recommend using Google Suite to host their email addresses. So some of the benefit of using Google Suite is that the highly professional and pretty much non-existent downtime, because if Google goes down, we can pretty much guarantee the world is gone. You get to use the Google Drive, which gives you 30 gigabyte worth of cloud storage. That's where you can actually store a lot of your business process and documentations and images in the cloud, so that you can access it at any given time. The way we set up our client is that it's like a master key. Right? So if ever you were to move away from us, or if you're ever selling your practice to someone else, you can actually give them a master key that will actually control the entire online presence. That includes all your emails, your Google My Business, your AdWords, your Google Analytics. Everything is a master key, and can be easily transferred to someone else. That way it ensures the flexibility for your business, and that you can have an exit strategy